3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to the Way to Academy. My name is Jonathan Snowiss, and I've been practicing Tai Chi, Qigong, Kung Fu meditation for about 25 years. I'd like to present the knowledge I have to help you in your practice. Today I'd like to start off with the Wuji stance. The Wuji stance is a very basic stance in Tai Chi and Qigong, and also martial arts. The stance is understanding your posture, your structural alignment, and relaxations through that. Wuji means the place before the Tai Chi. Tai Chi is the yin-yang, the two extremes, and when the universe started moving around, there was the Tai Chi, but before that there was the Wuji, the Tao. So this practice, there is no movement, but it is probably the most important part of your practice. So we'll start off with the feet. Your feet should be shoulder width, and this is one way to test for it. Take one heel and place it next to the toes. Place them both feet pointing forward. The outside of your feet should be parallel to each other. Now with the feet. The feet need to grip the ground. Now it doesn't mean to put the toenails into the ground. Students have asked me about that. It's not the toenails. It's actually the pads of the toes pressing down and pulling in so you can lift the arch. So there's the pads of the toes, the balls of the feet, the side, and the heel of the foot need to be touching the ground. So you press in, and you have your feet are stuck to the ground, and it feels like a suction cup, like you're sucking yourself to the ground. Next come the knees. A lot of times people have a habit of standing like this and putting the weight into their arches. This is why some people have fallen arches. So you have to understand if you have fallen arches or do you have actually flat feet. If you have flat feet, that's something completely different than from fallen arches. So you need to have your knees above your feet, and so the weight goes to the side of your foot, so the weight does not go into the arch. When you bend your knees, they go straight over the middle of your toes. So the middle of the knees go over the laces, and that will be between the second and third toe. Next comes the hip and the sacrum. In internal martial arts, we focus on relaxing the sacrum so the pressure of the weight goes down into the ground. Some people say tuck the tailbone under, but then I've seen people tuck and start doing things like this. So it's not really a tuck, it's more of the hip doing a slight roll, and the sacrum falls down. It's important to do that so the weight and everything goes down. Some people have a bad habit of standing like this, and particularly women, to do this so they have a sexy curve. It is terrible for the back. It's important to relax it down so the muscles can relax and the weight can go into the ground. So the hips are actually going to be pushing slightly forward, and that helps drop the sacrum and drop the legs and drop everything into the ground. Next comes the spine. You need to lift the crown of the head straight up. In Qigong we say, you are the pillar between heaven and earth. In Tai Chi we say you're suspended from the heavens. Either one works. But what happens is you elongate the spine, but don't try to force it too much because you want to keep the natural curve of the spine. But what you're going to do is basically, this is the spine, you're going to take the muscles right next to the spine and lift it up, all the way up to the crown of the head. You might feel a slight little burn on the muscles next to the spine. So you're nice and tall. Next comes the shoulders. The shoulders need to relax, and they slightly roll outward. So there's a press going out and they fall down. Inside the elbow, inside the armpits, you want to be able to place an egg. If your arm's like this, you'll crack it. If your arms are like this, you'll fall. So one way to measure a good way is to put your palms facing backwards and the elbows push outwards. From here, keep the elbows still and roll on the middle finger so the palms face inward. And you have a good structure here, and this allows for the chi, the body to relax, and for the chi to flow, the body to relax, and the power can go through your body. And one last thing a lot of people overlook is the use of the fingers. A lot of times people stand and they're gripping something this way. This is actually the tendons and the muscles pulling inward, so it's not actually opening up. It might feel relaxed, and this might feel, and keeping your hands straight might feel awkward, but that pushing the fingers through opens up the chi to go through your hands. So you can see how I'm holding my structure here. This is the basic Wuji stance that is used in Tai Chi, Qigong, and martial arts. Thank you.